What else happened? I want to take the opportunity to since the I have rebroached the topic of the horse girl. Talked about Uma
Yeah.
Musume on the latest Versus Wolves, and going back into this horse girl shit, all I have to say is there have always been qualifiers and whatnot playing these games and so on when I took a look on the stream, etc. I just want to put out there is a movie. It's called Uma Musume Beginning of a New Era, and it is just sick ass sports red line horse racing good shit.
That's the trick, Woolie.
That there's no qualifiers.
They tricked you.
There's no qualifiers, but to it, it's a good movie. You should watch it. That's it.
They tricked on you. They got you.
If this is how they're getting you by making good shit,
Yeah.
then I'll be got. Then I will be got. It seems like basically like there's Cygames making their own stuff, and then there's the hyper marketed stuff that's not Cygames production, and the stuff they've made themselves is pretty high quality and not prioritizing the idle kind of cutesy stuff, which is there, but really minimalized. So no, I was just like, yo, that's a really good racing movie. That was sick. Got incredible Sakuga, high quality animation, loved it. And it does a
I
bunch.
think I've seen clips from that where the horse girls are running very fast and they're just like smearing out into complete speed lines.
Yes, they're speed line crushing.
Like they're redlining.
They're absolutely redlining. At some points, they're Gurren Laganning. There's like literally chasing the speed of light, and like you're watching grit and drool and like dirt getting on their faces, and they're like, ah. It's like it's a super visceral, ugly horse girl race. They're not pretty idols in those moments. They're heaving and screaming, and their faces are getting warped as they're running as fast as possible. And I'm like, that shit's fucking sick. It's super cool.
I feel like I'm not smart enough to write this or edit it, but I feel like there's a YouTube video in here about like the constant, complete like Japanese anime cultural domination over like traditional American pastimes, where like you are describing stock car racing, but because it is being made in Japan and it's cute horse girls instead of a stock car. Yeah,
and you know, and then there's the charm of taking a real life horse girl's story where it's like it really was a real horse that has a history, and then they're interpreting it into this, you know, and there's some fun to like how they interpret that shit. Like there's a character in that movie I'm describing, Agnes Tachyon, that's fucking dope as shit. That is
somebody in my chat that always goes off.
Well, keeps talking about it. It's a really cool character that essentially is, so a tachyon, you would know this from Star Trek, is the hypothetical particle that goes faster than the speed of light. And so if that's a name for, and that became a real,
that is a real particle.
It became real.
That is not from Star Trek.
I believe it became real because of Star Trek.
No.
Oh, then my English teacher taught us wrong. I learned in school from my English teacher that this was a word that was invented by Star Trek and then used in real life afterwards.
That you got hosed, bro.
I literally was told that in school, which is the only reason why I know that word.
That your English. So I want to stop you for a second. That was your English teacher, not your science teacher.
No. English/drama.
No. That
word existed beforehand.
They had full-time scientists on the Star Trek writing staff specifically to extrapolate existing concepts for technical details.
Okay. It comes from a 1967 paper about quantum fields. Okay.
And I would like you to know that the reason why I know this with such clarity is not because I'm a smart science person. It's because, as we have discussed in the past, I may enjoy myself a Star Trek from time to time.
Okay. So that never came up.
So if you say this came from Star Trek, I feel very confident that I could tell you yes or no.
Gotcha. Okay. See, I thought it was a word like cromulent, where it became real after coming out of the fiction. You know,
No, that is Embiggen and Cromulent are both from that episode, which is really crazy.
I thought tachyon was one of those words based on what my teacher
No, sir. No.
said. All right. Well,
did you think when you were watching the Godzilla cartoon and they were like Godzilla's emitting tachyons that they were taking that from Star Trek?
Do you remember when that Godzilla cartoon aired? The MIB one?
Yeah, I do remember. And they had Jean Reno's character in there, not voiced by Jean Reno.
Yeah, so the one
and his daughter too.
The one that was animated by the Men in Black cartoon guys and the big guy and Rusty stuff.
Oh, it was so much better.
Oh yeah, that was on Saturday morning.
Yeah, it was. That was what, 98? 90, something around there.
I don't know, but it was the Sabbath.
Oh, right. Oh, that's what you mean by what time? You don't mean the year?
No. It aired on Saturday, aka Shabbat morning.
I heard that Jesus invented the word tachyon in the Bible.
Well, that would explain a lot. That would explain a lot. It would. You know? I mean, light speed communication to heaven. How else are we doing this, right? So I always thought that was a really cool word from science fiction. Turns out it's not. Okay. Well, anyways, the character
was popularized in science fiction.
Gotcha.
Because who the fuck knows obscure particle physics terms? You know? Nerds.
When the name came up, I thought back to that class and I was like, oh shit, that's cool that they named a horse in real life after that. That's dope. Anyways.
I mean, you got to name horses all about a bunch of shit because there's a lot of horses to go through.
Did you know that the Higgs boson naming convention actually comes from Hideo Kojima?
I did know that. Yeah.
Did you know that
Kojima it's actually named after a pizza delivery man?
So anyways, it's cool because it's a horse that basically has a tragic story, but ultimately is one that is like, with a name like that, they then interpret that as a character that is more of a scientist than a racing horse girl that only cares about hypothetically breaking the speed of light and or achieving the optimal possible speed that a horse can run, and is not at all interested in the training or the rivalry or any of that shit that the rest of the characters are on about, and does the thing that I wish happens in more fiction, which is like, there's these anime moments of like, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna prove myself next time, and it's just like, nah, but you already lost though. What's the point of having the spirit to talk about what you're gonna do next time? I already beat you. We're done here. Like,
this is one of those things
that's such a fucking fire ass. Like,
I feel like sports anime and sports film and racing film, like, I feel like I'm too stupid or I'm too ignorant to enjoy them the way that they want to be enjoyed. So one of the things that I was thinking about when I was playing Uma Musume was that there's an enormous amount of dialogue about how they're gonna train up and what their strategy is and all this shit. And I'm just sitting there going like, you should just run faster.
Yeah.
If you ran faster, you would win the race.
That would be it.
You should just run faster than you do now and run faster than the opponent. That's what you should do.
They and then of course there's the technique that you can get into, like how you lean forward when you run and how you whether you're a mutter or your fodder was a mutter.
Yeah.
And then there's other little moments where you get a glimpse at like this other character that's a big deal from the other movies called TM Opera O, and they go what's popping off over here with like the fucking the all might of this world, of this era. And you just see this character that is like, again, sketch lines bleeding off of them, racing down the track, and everyone around them is like, there's an aura, there's a kayfabe, there's a zone that is like, I'm so good at racing that while we're running, I'm popping off and giving a monologue that is hyping up everyone around me to run as hard as possible. And and all of you being at your possible best will make my legacy greater. and literally wins the race and pops off in a camera pointing at the heavens, Gurren Lagann pose with the cape billowing, and you're like, and while the text "Overlord of Centuries End" pops up, because that horse literally was dominating the end of the century into the year 2000. So you're like, yeah, I get it. I'm in.
Are just genetic freaks.
Let's
man.
go TM Opera O for life. So sick. No, I appreciate that level of grit and pop off, and people standing up and like the characters that in the games that would like wave in their victory and go like, yay, I did it. In this case, you have protagonists just going, after winning a race, and I'm like, that I want that. Give me more of that, please. Good shit. Beginning of a New Era is just a great sports movie. I fucking love that. And it would be great to see if ever they were not cowards. The way these models look, being not perfect and not so like pristine and idle, like, behind the glass, to see if the game would ever allow costumes or like cosmetics that look like that to show up,
I doubt it. It's just a lot of work.
Oh, I mean, it funds everything, but you would imagine with the amount of money it makes that they could be like, here's the version of the character that's already there, but with a different look to them that looks a bit more like you see in these other things,